Sri Aurobindo Mira, open my mind, my heart, my life to your light, your love, your power. In all things may I see the divine. Bande Mataram. Namaste. Welcome all of you. Today, the topic of discussion will be on the Supreme Birth. We'll see something we'll discuss on Supreme Birth in the lightnings of the Sri Aurobindo's great writings, mostly from Sri Aurobindo's magnum opus, the greatest legendary epic Savitri. The topic of discussion for this evening will be on Supreme Birth. So, Sri Aurobindo speaks of a couple of lines as we have already seen. In the recurrent decimal of events, birth and death are ceaseless iterations of gods. Ceaseless iterations gods. In the recurrent decimal of events, birth and death are ceaseless iterations gods. It happens. Soul comes to the force of birth, it decides birth, the soul comes to take birth. So in this evolutionary process, the soul comes for two purposes, we know, to gain experience and to progress simultaneously, to develop. So in one birth, naturally everything will not be, all the mission will never be completed, the objectives will not be fulfilled. For that, there we have to take birth after birth. So rebirth is the term, it is coming into picture. There is rebirth. There is no condition, there is no shortage that this has to come, this rebirth has to take place. Sri Aurobindo questions, there is, Sri Aurobindo writes here, Sri Aurobindo tries to explain in a very simple manner, there is no end to seeking and to birth. There is no end of seeking and of birth. There is no end of dying and return. The life that wins its aim asks greater aim. The life that fails and dies must live again. Till it has found itself, it can't cease. Just imagine, it is coming where the process from the birth to death, where the journey ceases. After this thing, how much it has won, it asks for greater winning, greater victory. If it has, however, failed, it tries again and again. So there is a ceaseless march, it can stop, it is the end, is the life supreme. So this process of this birth and death, the process of rebirth has to continue, it is a ceaseless iterations gods. Then comes the matter of the divine birth, when and how it is coming. Supreme birth, we are of course taking birth. A date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown, the anniversary of the birth sublime. Sri Aurobindo quotes beautifully, Sri Aurobindo quotes, there is a date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown, the anniversary of the birth sublime. Then comes the next problem, the when these people, this hour of the divine, Sri Aurobindo quotes the thing, Deva Murta, or hour of the divine. So when that time exactly comes, Sri Aurobindo tries to explain in Savitri, of course, he has written, but when the hour of the divine draws near, it comes near, it approaches. What approaches? But when the hour of the divine draws near, the mighty mother shall take birth in time. So there is a lila. So they have to come forward to this lower hemisphere to take birth, and their manifestation will take place. They will play the human play. So, but when the hour of the divine draws near, he has chosen the multiplicity taking place. He chooses that divine mother will come, the mighty mother shall take birth in time. In time means in accurate time, or in the fields of the time, in the heart of the time. So what happens? These two only come, and if these two only come and there will be no other, so how this lila will be accomplished? That's why the gods shall be born into the human clay. The human clay, for this role, these gods will be born into the human bodies, human clay. In which clay? In all clays? No. These are all performed. It has been prepared. In this prepared souls, these gods have to take place in the forms made ready by your human selves. What has been prepared, age after age, life after life, these selves, these mood, these base, into this base and moods the gods shall be born. Then comes the picture comes. If it is not the same thing, people are saying, okay, gods will come, so even if we are not prepared, they will come and take birth with us. So this is the thing we are going to going to offer them so that they will come. No, this is not the coming the picture. This has to be prepared. So once again, just imagine avatars have taken birth. So we have seen in the jail, Sri Krishna took birth. We have seen Virgin Mary. We have seen he gave birth to Jesus Christ. We have seen. So Kausalya, we know the mother of Ramachandra, we have seen. So many times, all the avatars, all the gods, everybody, they have taken birth from a womb, the base. Mother conceived and gave them birth. So thing is that coming that what is the preparation on the ground, how the base is being prepared, what is the purpose, in all the bases these avatars will come and descend, or there is something separateness or something unique. Sri Aurobindo quotes in Savitri, couple of lines here, Sri writes here. Rare is the cup fit forth love's nectar wine. Love's nectar wine and love's nectar wine. For this it can be accomplished in all the verse. So rare is this cup, this verse is too rare. Rare is the cup fit for love's nectar wine. As rare the vessel that can hold God's birth. So for this birth, as rare the means two terms Sri Aurobindo is speaking here. Rare is the cup that is really unique, really rare, that can hold the gods, loves that is proximally fit for the love's nectar wine. Second case, this is the rare and one comparative degree Sri Aurobindo uses as rare the vessel that can hold God's birth. A soul made ready through 1,000 years. You don't know how long it is getting prepared. A soul made ready through 1,000 years. That consciousness is there. That preparation is there. This base has been prepared. It has been gathered. So, what is the living mood of supreme descent? When the supreme descends for the manifestation, for the human birth, for this supreme birth. So, this base, this soul is prepared through 1,000 years rather. So is the living mood for the supreme descent. Into that mood only the supreme will descend into it. So not to all the vessel or all the base or all the wombs, all the mothers, they can't, because they are unique. They have been prepared through 1,000 years. Otherwise it can speak. Truth born too sweet soon might break the imperfect earth. For this, the mother of Krishna, just imagine Devaki, she had to be prepared. Still some preparation was left, so she had to be prepared inside the cabins of the dark prison. Just imagine how these preparations are going on. Afterwards we see Krishna came and put their sister and sister-in-law in the jail or something, encased them. But thing is that preparation, that consciousness was required for the descent of the supreme. This was a supreme descent. Sri Aurobindo quotes in couple of lines, birth counts, but the basic value is in the man himself. Of course, we have seen that Sutaputra Karna was there. He was not the Sutaputra, but he was the Kaunteya, the son of Kunti. Still then everything was hidden, things were in concealed, so he was not trying to, even if he was knowing, he wasn't coming to reveal his own identity. So he said, birth, actually it depends upon this low birth or higher birth, it depends, but actually I have got the personality that is only, this is mine. In another form, Sri Aurobindo has told of the rebirth, Sri Aurobindo Lila of this, he has told, Sri Aurobindo has spoken here. The slow self-manifesting birth of God in matter is the purpose of the terrestrial Lila. Already this Lila we have discussed to some extent. Sri Aurobindo, I will try to quote it again. The soul, slow, self-manifesting birth of God, slow, self-manifesting birth of God in matter is the purpose of the terrestrial Lila. Then again Sri Aurobindo quotes, all things in the Lila can turn into windows that open on the hidden reality. Reality that is hidden, thus Lila that it can turn into windows that open on the hidden reality. So now we will go for another few minutes on the divine birth. We will discuss upon the thing is that what is there, the secret of this supreme birth will decide. So Sri Aurobindo speaks, a miracle of the absolute was born. Miracle of the absolute was born. Infinity put on a finite soul. A time-made body housed the illimitable. To live this, all ocean lived in a wandering drop. To live this mystery out, our souls came here. Four things Sri Aurobindo speaks here. One is that a miracle of the absolute was born. There was a contemporarily, it was a well seen, well visioned, and well planned miracle. It was born. The miracle of the absolute was born. Second, infinity put on a finite soul. So infinity came into to where the put on to feel to take a finite soul, that finite form. A time-made body housed the illimitable. Illimitable, he is infinity, illimitable. But a time-made body housed it. He was compressed. He was actually trying to adjust of himself. Then all ocean lived in a wandering drop. So all the boundless infinity came to the this bounded point and to the finite self. It came around. To live this mystery out, our souls came here. To live in this mystery out, our souls came here. Sri Aurobindo speaks of why it is coming divine birth. They are interestingly these people planningly, knowingly, decidingly, they are coming to this lower hemisphere, to this finite life, so that they can make their lila, and that will help this fallen and downtrodden earth to and to this helpless suffering mankind to move up, to spin up to their own divinity's height. All-knowing, he accepts our darkened state. Divine, wears the shapes of animal or man. Immortal, dallies with mortality. The all-blissful, bore to be insensible. The all-conscious, ventured into ignorance. This is their greatness, how they are coming here and making their lila. So they know all blissful, bore to be insensible. All conscious, ventured into the ignorance. They are coming. They know. Immortal, dallies with mortality. Eternal, suffers. Eternal, ascends to fate and time. Divine, wears the shape of animal and man. So they knowingly they have come. So if they are not coming, this world will be and worsen day by day. So to help this suffering human race and this downtrodden, it is a falling globe, and they want to raise it up, so they have come. The purpose of coming, they are speaking, to raise the world to God in deathless light. To bring God down to the world on earth we came, we have taken birth. It is our mercy we have come to change the earthly life to life divine. This earthly life, it can't exist, it has to be transformed into the divine life. For that only we have come. So then Agatha speaks, our lives a deeper mystery than we have dreamed. Our minds are stutters in the race to God. Our souls, deputed selves of the Supreme. Just imagine how it is there. Our real shape, how our mind and life and soul, actually what is their position, what is their mission. But here we have forgotten and we are staying here. So, here birth is a pang and a death and agony. To a strange unknown tract his journey came, where consciousness played with unconscious selves, and the birth was an attempt or episode. Just imagine that we have forgotten, we don't know the real purpose of the life and its birth. So mind forgotten and all, here we are moving in the high state where ignorance is no more. This has to go. Each movement was a wave of peace and bliss. Repose was God's motionless creative force. Thank you. Vande Mataram.